Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, Omari Jahi Aton.
Welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm your host, Omari Jahi Aton, and we thank you for being here tonight, Thursday night, 8 o'clock sharp as normal. We're here with another hot topic. We're talking about cheating tonight, guys. Why do we love but still cheat? Because I hear people all the time talking about, but I love my wife, I love my husband, but you still cheating. Why is that? What's the point behind it? We're gonna have a great discussion about that. I have my a couple of my co-hosts with me tonight. A couple of them, I know Brother Will's out of town, and Brenda is cousin Brenda. She's kind of doing a lot of running around. She got some important things coming up, so she might not be on. But if she pops in, we're gonna pop her into the show real quick. But we got Kim and Vanessa that's here tonight. Put your virtual hands together for them. Yep. What's up, guys? What's up? How y'all doing?
Hello.
Ready to get into this topic.
I know Kim is, boy. Kim, because she, me too. Me too. It happened to me too. But so cheating. I mean, cheating is I ain't gonna say it's a way of life, but it's stuff we've been dealing with ever since I've been young. I mean, before our time, before we were born, folks was cheating. And nobody really knows why. Everybody can speculate, and that's basically what we're gonna be doing tonight. Believe it or not, we just giving our opinions and speculating on why we believe men and women cheat. I'm almost certain we're gonna have some people, and I'm gonna start calling them the peanut gallery. that be texting in, and I'm gonna say this for folks beforehand. If you writing a book, we're not putting your stuff up. We don't put books up because we ain't got time to read no book. Write your comments in little short spurts. Give us 2 and 3 of them if you got to, but don't write no book, please. Thank you. So we're going to start off.
Because I'm a book writer. When I get
I saw that. I saw that last week when you wasn't feeling well. You was writing books, boy. Kim, what happened to Kim?
Oh, she'll be back. She'll be back.
Well, I didn't want her to miss this video. I was about to put this video up to kind of give us a foundation on where we were going to be having our conversation on tonight. But if we got to go back to it, I will. I don't know what happened to her. But
yeah, it looks like she's trying to come back in. I just saw her.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there she go.
Somebody called my phone. I'm like, I
oh,
disturb.
Okay.
Sorry about
All right,
that, guys.
Oh, no problem. All right, so I got 2 videos. One is 5 reasons why men cheat, 5 reasons why women cheat. I'm gonna do the men first, since y'all
Since you're the only man, so yeah,
y'all think I was being chauvinistic.
Oh, it's different reasons, right?
By doing the women first, I don't want y'all jumping on me. I'm gonna do the men first. All right, so this is the video. Hold on.
There is not to do when your man cheats, but is why do men cheat? Well, there are many reasons why men cheat. But allow me to give you at least 5 reasons, according to what I dealt with in my book, Why Men Fail Women and Why Women Fail Men. Number 1, men cheat because of emotional dissatisfaction. You see, men are wired in a different way from women. A woman loves you before she needs you. But as for a man needs you before he loves you. So men love to be praised. Men like to be appreciated. Men love to be admired. And if he does not get that with you, he will go and look for it somewhere else. No wonder why study shows that 60% of men out there, they cheat with their co-workers, their colleagues. And that's because their small achievements will be celebrated more at work than at home. At work, they make him feel like he's on top of the world. But when he gets home, he feels like he's nothing.
Okay. He's taking too long to get to his 5 points. We got one of them out. We got one of them out. And I do agree. He said emotional dissatisfaction. I guess I kind of related to that last week when I was saying how if there's something missing, that either the woman is not freaky enough or whatever it is, there's something missing that person now is looking for it outside of the relationship.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Kim, come on, you can't wait. You biting your lip.
I agree with you. Something is definitely missing out of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's not about, loving somebody. It's all about, no, I should take that back. It's not about the grass being greener on the other side. That's where people make the mistake. People just want to play in the grass. Not saying that the grass is greener. I just want to play in it. Play in it, go on. So I think we need to understand that when people cheat, they just want to play in the grass. Because
if that's the case, Kim, why get in a relationship in the beginning? What's the point?
Again, when you get into a relationship, roses and everything gets happy-go-lucky, but as time go on, things get stale in a relationship. Communication stops in the relationship. You stop doing what you did to get that person in a relationship. So guess what? You see grass. You know what? I want to go outside and I want to play. So guess what? If that yard is open, you're going to want to play in that grass.
But ain't that kind of childish? Kids play. Grown men and women shouldn't be playing in the grass.
But hey, I'm just trying to I'm trying to dumb it down for some people who can relate. So, it's not about the grass being greener on the other side. No, I just want to play in that grass because it looks pretty. I want to play in it.
No.
And then people say, oh, yeah, I love my person. Ain't nothing wrong with us. But something's missing. Well, because something is missing, that doesn't mean you don't love that person.
Right.
Because something is missing.
Well, he said emotional dissatisfaction. That guy was talking about
that don't mean you don't love that person, though, because there's no emotional satisfaction. That don't mean you don't love them. Because like they said, you love your neighbor like God so loved the kid, love his children. So yeah, I love you like the Lord love us, but that doesn't mean
no, come on now. Don't throw the Lord in there now, Kim.
I'm just saying. You said
that ain't no Lord loving
that. Be real about it. I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to give you people reasoning why you do things.
Like the Lord, like the Lord loved the world and all that. No,
that ain't love that.
I feel like I should butt in and be Brenda right now. Like, Kim, no, we're not gonna do that.
But I'm just trying to keep it real. That's all I'm saying. That doesn't mean because you cheated that you do not love your person. It's not saying that. Well, no, like that man said, people cheat for different reasons. The problem is if you cheat and you have feelings for this person and you build a bond with this person, then you're on a whole nother level. But again, we're not talking about that. We're talking about cheating.
But do I really love you if I cheat on you? Do I really?
Yeah. Again, you got to understand something. Because going out there cheating, that does not mean you don't love that person.
So you can just spread your love around?
You said what?
You can just spread your love around?
Again, sometimes when you cheat, who said love is involved?
I'm just being the devil advocate too.
I understand that, but because I'm cheating, who said there's love involved? It's all about the sport. In the beginning, it's all about the sport. It's all
But the
about
question
having
is
fun.
why? Why do you feel that you got to do
Because you're
that?
not having fun anymore.
Well, Isha saying love ain't got nothing to do with it.
It doesn't. In the beginning, it does not. It's all about this person bringing excitement. It's all about the fun, all about the sport. See, and I think that's where we get hung up. Like, oh, do you love this person? Who said I love this person? Because I did what I did. It ain't got nothing to do with love. It's like I liked what this person was saying. They were sitting there, curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. So I was curious to see what this
What
person was talking about.
You see what Isha said? You can spread love. It's
I
enough love
can't
for
see. Y'all gonna have to
everybody.
read that for me. It's too small.
She said you
Oh,
can
that's right.
spread
You on your
love. It's
phone. That's
enough
why.
love for
Right, I'm on the
everybody.
phone. I can't really see it.
Yes, yeah. She talking about spreading love. It's enough love to spread around for everybody.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
see
saying.
that preachers say that, but the love we talking about that's being spread ain't the kind of love that they say you supposed to be spreading around. See, don't nobody want you. Like if you married a guy, or if a
hmm
guy married a woman, you
hmm
don't want her spreading her love all around.
Well, that's with
You
any
don't want him
relationship. Guys
spreading his
don't
love
want
all
their
around.
woman spreading her love around because guess what?
And-
When she's spreading her love around, we're gonna call it spreading her love around. It's like you're
Mhm.
inviting someone else into your inner space, if that make any sense. With a man, he's not inviting no one to his inner space. He's just entering into space. So it's a difference between men and women. So I kind of get from a man perspective, it's like how many men you invite into your inner space. Now I can go into a space, but you're bringing it in, meaning that you're bringing it in just
Well, I
other
know what you're saying,
You
bringing it
know, and you
in.
put me in
right.
the
I'm trying to be politically correct here. So it's like how many people you bringing into your inner space? A lot goes on in that inner space. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of intimate things
Well,
goes involved in that inner space. Far as with
well,
him,
we talking.
far as with
Well,
him,
sex.
it's not as intimate as it is with a woman. Far as him entering an inner space, because guess what? That's somebody else's inner space, not his. If I'm making any sense, I'm trying to be because I don't know who's listening, so I ain't trying to be too
It don't
graphic on
matter. Say
here.
what you gotta say, Kill. Say what you
Uh,
gotta say. We grown people on here. We
I'm
are
just
grown
trying
as
to,
hell. Because
I'm
I'm gonna
just
say what
trying to,
I gotta
trying to
say.
keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean.
You wasn't keeping it clean on any of them other shows. Come on now.
But you know what, Kim? So what you just said is like it's acceptable for him because he's on the outside, but it's not acceptable because you're coming into our space. But at the same time, he's entering some spaces too if he's cheating.
But again, also with the guys, they can use protection. Okay, so they're covering up their space. Most of the
Well,
time,
we
women be like,
female condoms.
You know what? Look, it's just me. It bothers me. Women in condoms really don't get along too well. Yeast infections, excuse my languages, but women in condoms don't work too well. It doesn't. So
Well, okay. Okay. All right.
now you say
So
I can be
we
real
now,
now.
Carol, I know we're done. You're right. Carol, we're not
Okay.
saying that it's okay for men to cheat and not for women. We're not saying that.
Right.
Not at
Right.
all. We're just actually what we're saying is men and women cheat, and there are reasons why that men and women cheat.
Right.
And I think what Kim is saying basically is that it's for the fun of it. They like checking out the other playing field or just checking stuff out, to see well what this one is like and what that one is like. But I think what the guy was saying earlier, and I'm gonna play this back because a lot of people probably didn't hear this when they asked him the question,
Matter of fact,
why do men
he,
cheat?
he feel,
See.
number one, men cheat because of emotional dissatisfaction. You see, men are wired in a different way from women.
That's true.
A woman loves you before she needs you. But as for a man needs you before he loves you.
Okay. That I mean, that's his opinion, and I don't have a problem with it. But I do agree with the emotional dissatisfaction part. And I don't think that's just a man thing. I think women are emotionally dissatisfied as well. But the thing is, why is it so hard for us to have a conversation about those uncomfortable things that come up in a relationship? You know, it's like a guy can be like, when I met you, your hair and makeup was done every time I see you, but now all I see is naps and sleep,
Joggers.
all kind of dry skin falling off your face and everything because you don't use no lotion. You know, that can cause a person to be emotionally dissatisfied. You know, it's like you knew when you would get me, you knew how to act and how to present yourself and everything. And then when you got me, it's like all of a sudden I'm getting a whole nother person here. It's like I got you now. I ain't got to worry about, being in competition with no other woman. So I can just relax now because I got you. That's a problem on a man from a man's perspective. What do you think, Vanessa? Wouldn't that be a problem with you if you got a guy and he was working out in the gym and everything, and then all of a sudden when y'all got together and you was his and he was yours, then all of a sudden he was sleeping he on the couch with a pot belly drinking beer all day, and he don't work out no more. You know what I'm saying, Vanessa?
Well, that changes with most people when you spend a lot of time with someone. When you're years in with people tend to change sometimes. But now my thing is emotional dissatisfaction doesn't give either of us a reason to cheat. That's when communication comes in. I need to talk to you. You need to talk to me. And we need to figure out if this is what we still want, because it's not fair that men get to say, oh, I was emotionally dissatisfied, so I cheated. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, okay. And then if I say I was emotionally dissatisfied and I cheated, now it's a problem. And, oh, I'm leaving and I don't want you no more. You ain't, all of that. Like, come on now. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And I think Carol just said something about that. Like, it doesn't matter who does it. Cheating is cheating.
That's right. It is.
It
but,
is.
But we never get to the why.
Right.
We always deal with the effect. We don't deal with the cause.
The cause, right. And I think it's too painful to deal with the cause. I think we don't want to realize there is a problem in our relationship. We want to think that everything is happy-go-lucky.
About people not doing what they did at first. And that's always a big problem, because we do get a little comfortable with people and we stop doing things because I got you. Like, you might now, and if I don't feel like doing all this every day, like, find out why I don't. Like, the world may be against me right now. I could have all types of stuff going on. I'm just not going to do everything I did in the beginning. And maybe everything I was doing wasn't just to get you. Maybe it was because I felt like doing it, but something's going on, something's different. So I don't feel like it now. I don't go cheat. Talk to me. You want me to talk to you, so you talk to me.
But that sounds like some fake phony stuff. I did some fake phony stuff to get you. So now that I got you, I can be who I really am.
Maybe I didn't do it to get you. Maybe I was doing it because that's what I was into at that moment. But people change over time, and maybe, that's what I felt like then, but stuff's going on. Life is happening. I just don't feel like it anymore. If that's something that you liked in me and you want that, then say that. Don't just go out here and find it in someone else, say that, because I may be willing to do it again.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, wearing makeup and combing your hair. It's not something that you were just in the mood of doing at a specific time.
Yeah, it is. I'm going through menopause. It's a lot of days I'm looking wrecked as I don't know what. I look like somebody drugged me through the mud and beat me with it. So yeah, it is. Some days I don't feel like doing nothing for me, yet alone you some days.
And you stay in the house too, don't you?
Tyrone, be nice.
No, I'm just keeping it real.
You be nice.
Ain't nobody coming outside.
Because we working from home. That's why. Everybody working from home now since
COVID.
No.
That ain't what. No, you ain't gonna do it, Kim. I'm not gonna let you do it. No, I'm not saying
working
that.
from home,
I'm
so we ain't got to go outside.
No, I'm saying when people aren't feeling 100%. Sometimes I know I feel that way myself. Sometimes I don't like being around people. You know, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I don't wash my. I ain't gonna say wash my ass, but I just said it, didn't I? But I'm not gonna say that. But what I'm saying is sometimes in the morning I might even take my pajamas off all day. I just walk around all day in my pajamas, you know, and that's just how I'm feeling. But if I'm going outside, whether I go to the store, whether I'm going to get gas, whatever it is, if I go outside, you can best believe if I was a single guy and I'm interested in having a relationship with a woman that I might meet at the gas station, that I might meet wherever I'm going to dress myself up, fake myself.
But why?
Into looking a certain way. Because
why, though?
That's what I'm telling you. Because I want you to see me and say, "Oh man, that's a nice looking guy." Oh man.
But don't you want someone to see you in your natural state first?
Before they see you
dressed up?
Nobody look. Wait a minute. When you go to the club, you don't go to the club in your natural state. Come on. Don't even try that.
See, that's a different setting. You said club, so you're going out to party.
No.
So, now you said the gas station. Why you got dressed to the nine to go to the gas station?
Exactly, Kim. Because for most women, if you run out to the store, you're not dressing up, dialing up. And that's when guys talk to you more. I find that guys will talk to me more so when I'm running somewhere doing something looking half decent than when I'm all dialed up.
Because again, when you all dialed up, that's a facade. And that's why guys are attracted to the facade than your true self. Now, if they see you in your natural state, they be like, okay, damn, you look like this. They know it's a facade. Because if somebody's smelling good, they all dolled up, just go to the gas station. Come on now. If you don't know that's a facade, then something wrong with you.
You see what Carol just said? She said sometimes you do all of that and they still do their thing.
Well, I'm not saying that to keep doing that, it will prevent it. I'm not saying that. We're just talking about reasons why people do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we can talk about what can be done to prevent cheating. I don't think that's the question. I don't even think that's the discussion we have in here. How do you prevent cheating? We're just talking about why.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
I think it can be, but again, like every other conversation we had, like every other conversation we've had on the podcast, it deals with your age and your experience. In my opinion, your age. As you get older, you have a little more. You see the world a little bit different. I'll put it like that. You know,
some of us.
The world. Yes, some of us. Not everybody. You're supposed to. Maybe I should say that. You're supposed to see the world.
See things different.
See the world a little bit different. It's not all about
bang, 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 ski, ski, ski.
Yes, it ain't all about that. You see what I'm saying? It's about finding companionship. somebody that you're compatible with and that you can have conversations with, that you enjoy their company and things of that nature. You know, it's about that as you get older. When you're younger, you just having fun, like you said, Kim. You know.
But
How old are
okay,
you?
okay. So let me piggyback off what you just said about getting older. As we age, I find older men are seeking younger women. They're not seeking older women. They're not seeking women their age and older. They're seeking younger women. And why is that? Because guess what? Those younger girls are fun. The older women are pretty much, I want to say, past. Please don't nail me to the cross for this. But in men eyesight, most women are past their beyond their sexual desires, their
Who?
sexual peaks.
Who? Women?
Yes, as they
Oh,
get
you crazy?
older.
No, wait a minute. Wait a
I
minute
said
now.
most
Yeah.
men. I said most men. That's why they seek younger women. And I have heard this from guys who I want to say they're like over
Lying.
45. Over 45.
Lying. They're lying.
I
Women.
heard this
I
personally.
don't know, Kim, because think about it. The young guys, they always say they want that cougar because she all over the place and she doing
Not from
some
the guys
things
that I
to a
heard that
young
are
buck.
45
I
and
don't know.
older. They're
I
looking
now
for that
I
young
didn't
chick.
know this. I thought
That YC.
that when women got older, like you said, Kim, that they kind of mellow out. But that's not the case.
I
As
heard
women
plenty of
get
women
older,
say, you know what? Nobody
they
got
get
time
like
for all that.
little firecrackers. Little
Now it
little
depends on when you catch them. It
little
depends on when you catch them.
little, little damn bombs they be blowing up at New Year's. That's how women they
It
be
depends
damn
on
be
when you
damn
catch
about to
them now.
explode.
Most women be like, I ain't got time
No,
to be
come on.
doing that. Go get you a
So,
YC. I ain't got
so
time. Look, roll over,
I'm gonna
go to
tell you why
sleep. I ain't
older
got time
men.
for all that.
I'm gonna tell you why older men look for younger women. It's
Please
because
enlighten me.
they can control them and they can't control older women. That's why. They can control them because they can just, all they got to do is get their hair done, get their nails done, and everything like that, and buy them some gym shoes and stuff like that, you know. And you ain't gonna get no older woman with that. You see what I'm saying?
That's plus eye candy. They like a little eye candy.
So that's
They like
basically what it
little
was.
young
That's
women.
why they cheat, because they want that
And
eye candy. They want someone to make them feel like they still relevant.
and in
Now,
control. See, you can't control an old black woman, or elderly, not elderly. I shouldn't say that. A mature. I'll put it that way.
matured.
You cannot control a mature
Seasoned.
black woman. Seasoned,
And
that's a better word. Thank you. You cannot control a seasoned black woman. But one of these young 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, you can control them with weed. You can control them with alcohol. You can control them.
a bottle
You
of
see what I'm saying? With
Don.
money. They'll do anything you want them to do. Just ask. Well, I ain't gonna. Y'all like R. Kelly, so I ain't gonna say his name. I
Please
just said
don't.
it
Don't go there.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You can say Diddy. Say go with Diddy. Nobody likes
Oh,
Look, this podcast to be flipped all over. Don't do it.
but okay, but now let's listen to what this sister said
Okay,
about
let's talk
women.
about the women now.
Let's talk about the women. All right, here we go.
Reasons why women cheat. Number 1, an insatiable desire to be desired, driven by insecurity. Number 2, unhealed childhood trauma. Number 3, unresolved relationship wounds that has caused disconnection within y'all relationship. Unforgiveness that has literally built a wall between you and your partner. Number 4 is people pleaser who has very weak boundaries and has a really struggles with saying no. That's the 4 reasons why women cheat. All right, y'all. 4 reasons.
She talks so fast, I couldn't even keep up.
All right.
With her.
Right. I'm like, what?
Now, let's wait a minute. Let's get the first one. She said something about emotions.
Y'all, 4 reasons why women cheat. Number 1, an insatiable desire to be desired, driven by insecurity. Number 2,
insatiable desire to be desired.
Okay, I get that. I can work with that one.
A desire to be desired, right?
Yes. That's a
all
good
right.
one.
That's
I can
one
work
she
with
said.
that.
Okay. Let's see what else she got.
2, unhealed childhood trauma. Number
2,
unhealed childhood traumas. What they got to do with cheating?
I don't know. Trauma.
I'm trying to think.
It's a
Unless
reason.
unless you're talking about
It's a
being
reason
raped or
for it.
something like that.
Oh, that could be true.
Or
That could be that.
molestation. Maybe that's
Or
probably what she's talking about.
molested or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
that's
that's
probably
true.
what she's talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
3, unresolved relationship wounds, as called disconnection within y'all relationship.
So probably
Unresolved.
talking about
Did
his
she say
past cheating.
childhood?
She want to get even.
What did she say? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Y'all relationship.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to get that first word she said. Oh, here we go.
Unresolved relationship
wounds. So pretty much past
Okay.
cheatings or past hurt.
Oh, yeah. And we kind of spoke to that last week when we was talking about how we bring baggage into the relationships.
So you want to get even? So I'm gonna do it just to get even. I can see that.
Yep. So that's what baggage. And the last thing she said was
called disconnection within your relationship. Unforgiveness has literally built a wall between you and your partner.
Oh, wait a minute. She added something else to it. Unforgiving, being unforgivable. Unforgiving.
Unforgiveness. Okay, I can see that.
Okay.
You know, we don't forgive. We don't forgive easily.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is people pleaser who has very weak boundaries and has a really struggles with saying no. That's
a people pleaser.
I don't know about that last one.
Right, for
hard
cheating
to say
anyway.
No.
Right. I'm not, because I don't want to say no, so I'm gonna sleep with you. No. We're quick to say no.
Well, it depends on who you're saying no to.
Yeah,
What
you're
if
right.
what if
You're right.
what
about
if the
that.
person you say that's asking you, is somebody that you might have been what they say, you've been not
attracted to, but
smitten by. Attracted to or smitten by just from a distance.
Okay.
And you wasn't really thinking about having no relationship with them or whatever, but all of a sudden now it's right in your face and you don't know how to say no.
She should have put on
most of the times
alcohol. Alcohol is number one.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we
blame it on the
drink
alcohol.
Anyway, so we exactly. So we can blame it on the alcohol.
That don't count.
But that's some shit we really want to do though. We really want to do this stuff. That's why we go out. That's why we get drunk. So that we can do some crazy.
Go out you don't drink to have cheat. No, you having a good time.
No.
It just don't happen.
I think he's meaning more so when you sleep with somebody and you're drunk, you really wanted that person possibly. I think that's what he's saying.
Nah, let me tell you.
Yeah, and you just using it as an excuse.
Nah, let me tell you, because I drink. So when you out here and you
but we know you like money.
Huh?
You like money though, Kim. You like money. So
I don't really necessarily.
Alcohol ain't gonna.
No, but what I'm saying is when you're drinking, your attention is not like, okay, I'm about to sleep with this dude. No, you having a good time. The liquor kicks in. Then that's you're starting to feel some things. Some things starting to wake up downstairs. That wasn't the way.
I'm not gonna get drunk like that around somebody that I'm not comfortable with, for one. So if I'm drunk like that around you, I feel comfortable around you. And if we sleep together after we done got drunk like that, it was possibly already in the air.
Yeah, you already wanted that to happen. You wanted that. And see, and I
curiosity kills the cat. Don't you know that? Curiosity kills the cat.
You sleep with somebody when you've been drinking. That probably ain't the only thing killing the cat.
Yeah,
that curiosity kills the cat. So for women, I'm not saying that I did this, but I'm just saying from a woman's perspective.
You did. Come on.
I'm just telling you from a woman's perspective that
okay.
It's not about like I said earlier, it's not about the grass being greener on the other side. We just want to play. Because you're tired of being ignored at home. You're tired of no one paying you no attention or giving you any compliments or telling you, oh, you look nice. And somebody in your ear telling you all of this, you're going to start to feel like, okay.
Yeah, that's what she said. A desire to be desired. right?
Right.
That's kind of like
Right.
guys. Guys say the same thing when they go slip up in something. And we supposed to forgive them, so shouldn't they forgive us?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just
It
asking
happens.
for a friend.
Ask me why it happened. Instead, you want to walk me to the door. Ask me why it happened. Because you might be the one that's caused me to do what I did. But you're ready to walk me to the door. How's that possible?
Wait,
Instead
wait,
of you
wait, wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait.
ask me why. Because it's not about me loving him. It's about, yes, I love you, but that doesn't mean I don't because I did what I did.
Well, wait a minute. Don't women want to know why? If a man cheat on them, don't they want to know why?
I'm just talking from a woman perspective. I don't know
Yeah,
what
we
men
sure
want.
No,
do.
everybody. I think that's a
Everybody
human
wants to know
perspective.
why someone they love cheats on them.
Right.
Because you feel like they done took a piece of you and like, yeah, you want
I
to
don't
know.
think it's about it. You took a piece of me. It's like you
Betrayal.
crossed the line. You crossed the
No,
line.
but I'm
It's not
saying if it's somebody that you love, not just some random, but there's somebody you love. And especially if you're in a marriage or something, now I really want to know because you committed to me. I committed to you. If we're going to do this, if you feel a need to go elsewhere, you need to open your mouth and say, hey, I'm just not happy.
Mm-hmm.
okay. If that person tell you that they're not happy, then what?
Then
Then
we got
what?
to decide, hey, we got to make some decisions. I can't tell you
Okay.
what your
Okay.
decision will be, but we
So
got
now
to
you really
talk
want to
about
get
some
down
stuff.
to the meat and potatoes of it all, right? So if I'm coming to you telling you I'm not happy, what you want to do? Want to go to counseling? Is not working. Then what? When you got little kids involved and when you got assets and liabilities and equities involved, then you're really talking major here. But when there's no assets, when there's no liability, no equity, yeah, you can walk out the door. But when that stuff tied up, it's not as easy as just saying, okay, let's go our separate ways. No, it's not easy. I don't care what nobody say. It is not that cut and dry. So again, it's not about the love. It's
Well,
about
I mean,
understanding why the cheating happened. And if you cannot work that out, things happens within relationships. Things happen. You can fall out of love. Then you stand there for, hey, we stand there for financial reasons. Because guess what? It's a lot more in stake than just going out here cheating. Because when you go through a divorce, oh, it's not like getting into a marriage. Trust and believe that. It's way messier and way costly.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, we already
So,
know that.
so
Mhm.
yeah, it's somebody just okay, you're not happy, just leave. You can't just do that. You
I ain't
Well,
just
well,
can't
saying
do
you.
we
that.
got. I ain't saying you got to leave. That's what I'm saying.
Not
But
saying
you got to
somebody else
talk
said,
about.
walk you to the door. You just can't do that.
You got to talk about some stuff. And most of the time, men might say, "Oh, I'm gonna leave," but they ain't just getting up leaving. Especially if they married, they ain't just getting up and leaving like
Or
that.
even in a long-term
Especially
relationship,
if
you're not
it's
about just
things
to walk up
invested,
and
like
leave.
you said.
Because it's not that easy. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, it's not just that easy just to get up and walk away. It's
Well,
not.
if you're in a relationship, there's reasons why you're attracted to the person. You know, whether it's financial security, whether it's the person takes care of you. You know, they make sure that you have the necessities in life. You know, uh, uh, you got women that will make sure that there's toothpaste in the bathroom when I wake up in the morning, brush
You
my
got
teeth,
your
and
lunch,
if
child, your
there's
lunch
toilet
is
paper.
ready.
You sound kind of upset now, Kim. See,
Child, your lunch is
sound like
ready.
you made a couple of lunches back in the day. That's what it sounds like. You made, but I mean, you know, you all of these things. There are reasons why you're in a relationship, and then there are reasons why you might go astray or whatever.
Mhm.
But the thing is that is the reason for you to stay in the relationship. The reasons why you're there are the more reasons to stay than to leave. So that's why you try to hide the little stuff, you know, that's making you stray. You hiding that stuff because you
Because it's
really
not
don't want
serious.
to
Because
leave.
they don't take it seriously. Like, oh, I don't take that serious. That's just for sport.
Yeah, well,
You know,
I mean,
she act up at home. Guess what? I'm going outside. I'll be back. I'm going to get some milk. I'll be back. 2
Oh, now
days later,
someone
coming
just said
back.
something interesting. They said love under conditions isn't love.
I saw that. Here we go. Love under conditions. That's true. It's not love. And see, and maybe that's another conversation that needs to be had. Do we really know what love is?
Mm-mm.
You
We
know,
think
we've
we
been
do.
saying, you know, back in the day, they used to tell us every day in the paper, love is walking through the park. Love is holding hands.
What
Love is,
happened to that segment?
you know what I'm talking
I
about?
guess that wasn't love, huh? I
She
guess because we
said
don't see it no
cheating is
more.
immature and selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
she's right. It is a part of you that's selfish, and you're being a little immature because you're not dealing with the other person's emotions and feelings. You're only in it for you and what you can get out of it.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You know, and I agree with Queen. She said, "Why cheat? Just leave." You know,
It's not that cut and dry. It's not that cut and dry.
Brenda's in the
I'm sorry.
audience too.
It's
well,
not that cut
again,
and dry.
yeah, it's about using or getting out of people what you need. You know, and if you can't get everything that you need, finding those needs somewhere else. You know, and then
And I
normally
think
what
that's
happens
what it is. It's getting something that you feel like you're missing. And
somewhere
people,
else.
instead of trying to get it at home by trying to talk through some stuff or deal with some stuff at home, they just go find it elsewhere because that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, but still, it's kind of like even let's just talk about side pieces. Okay,
Okay.
they done made songs about them, right?
Side piece.
I
Hey.
know I know side pieces that then became wives.
Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying? I know side
Talk
pieces
about
that
it.
became wives. How did that happen?
That's what they wanted. That's what that man wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But
He
again,
wait. So wait a minute. Let me ask you this: If a person, has a girlfriend and he has another girl on the side, is that a side piece?
Do they know about each other? Because if they don't know
No.
about each other, that's a side piece.
Well, okay, if that's the case,
If he's
then
if he's considering girl number one his main woman, and he's like maybe possibly living with girl number one, then girl number two is the side piece because he's gonna be sneaking off from girl one, doing things with girl
who
two.
said he's sneaking?
Girl
Who
two
said
is
he's
not gonna
sneaking?
get no real time. Now,
who said he's
eventually he
sneaking?
might want to be with girl two, so he gets rid of girl one. Like you said, some side pieces become wives, and that's because that's who he wanted at the end of the day.
or maybe she was giving him the majority of his checklist that he was looking for in the woman. The majority of the things he was looking for in the woman, he saw it in the side piece more so than the girlfriend, right?
Yeah, but see, again, that's what he wanted. And maybe she did check off everything on his list.
Okay, well, look at Neo. Neo has what? 3 or 4 girlfriends. I can't remember.
Cut say he got 2 girlfriends. He ain't no number 1, number 2. He just got 2 girlfriends. Just because you don't know about the other one don't mean that
she a side piece.
She becomes a side piece.
Let's say he's living with girlfriend one, then he's giving her everything.
Who said that? Who said that? Because you got a body in the house, don't mean you're getting everything. Remember that. Because you got a body in the house. That don't mean you're getting everything. That don't mean you're getting everything now because you got a body in the house. Keep that in mind.
Oh, that's very true. I agree with that, but I'm just saying the one that he's usually in the house with
she paying the rent.
is the one that he is really considering his woman. Most men, if you ask them, "Oh, is this my woman?" If that's the one that he's all in with, he's gonna say, "This is my woman" or "This is my girl." So you go
because she paying the bills. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because she's paying the bills.
But I'm saying it don't matter why he's there, but he's there. And that's the one that he's hiding. girl number 2 from?
I don't think
Because if that's the case, he's just a player. He could say, I'm out here. You make up your mind what you want to do. But 9 out of 10, he ain't doing that with somebody he in the house with.
Okay, let's look at Neo. Neo has what, 3 or 4 girlfriends? I can't remember.
Neo
was married to his first wife. He was married. He told a chick he didn't want to have no kids. She had a tubes tied. And guess what? He had a baby by somebody else. Now he got 4 women. They can't date no one else but only him. And they're cool with that.
But that's a poly lifestyle. So they not considered cheating because that's their open relationship.
And I think, and I know that we're getting off the topic, but I think people's mindsets are like, you know what? You're going to do what you want to do anyway. Why not accept this?
We might need to do that topic next because guess what? The poly
is out here. It is out here. And people are cool with it.
Community real big.
And people are cool with it.
Well, I mean, you know, that's an African culture thing.
It's out here, and people are cool with
wives. You can even go as far as Islamic
and multiple women.
Religion deals with multiple, but the thing about it too is being responsible and being able financially and fiscally take care of these wives.
I tell you, assets and liability and equity, baby. If you can handle it, you can do it.
And so see, I think what's happening out here now is it's more freaky. You know, it's almost the Diddy thing. You know, this Diddy's trial that we're looking at, and it's all over the world. That's the mentality of America. You know, it ain't just Diddy. This is an American thing. You know,
it's out there. It's out there.
How you use sex as a manipulating tool to control people and things of that nature. You know, and so if you got a lot of young girls out here
that's young-minded people
that's getting kicked out of their house, you know, because they don't want to obey the rules and do, you know, what their parents are telling them or whatever. And then here you got some dude, you know, that's has his own place and has a little money or this, that, and another, whatever reason that how he comes by his money. But now he's able to bring her in. Now, if she doesn't adhere to his rules and regulations, she knows what's waiting for her, the street. She can't go home. So if he tell her, look, you my girl and everything, but I'm a player. And as a player, you know, I got a girl on the west side. I got a girl up north, you know.
Dream team. You got a dream team.
You got a problem with that, you know, even though you in the house with me here, you here in the house with me. But if you got a problem with her being on the west side and another one being up north, you know, hey, kick rocks.
And guess what you're going to do? Stay right there.
And it's a manipulation kind of situation, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Brenda, girl, how come you didn't come on? You use money and sexual control. Yeah.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and even what Cat Williams said, and I ain't gonna say what he said. I'm gonna say it clean. I'm gonna use the clean version. He said that the popular thing out now is 10-inch penises.
Oh, really?
That's the thing now. If you swinging and swinging, you know, then you in a position to have manipulative power over women. You know, and that's going on. You know, women looking for BDs. You know, and so if you got one, then you call the shots. No, I'm serious. That's the world we live in now. And then you even got women, older women, or mature women that meet or get a hold of one of these BDs, and they go out their doggone mind too, because they already hot as a firecracker. You know,
Telling you to
and so
come
now,
get your sock. Come and get
and
this
so now,
sock.
she a side piece now.
Come get your sock you left over here. But
That's
it's
the
out here, and you know, it boils down to understanding why it happened,
come on, Brandon.
and,
Oh, Jesus.
and see if you can work through it. If you can't work through it, then you need to figure things out. Either accept it or go your separate ways.
Yeah, but
But
that
most
ain't
of the
happening.
time, people gonna accept it.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't happening. And then people are killing folks for stuff like this. See,
Yeah,
a lot of this domestic violence and murder and all
dumb
this stuff.
stuff, dumb stuff.
It's got these side piece things. It's got this decontrol situation going on where women are fed up because they don't want to be in that kind of controlled situation and they don't feel like they can get out and they'll wait till that nigga go to sleep. You know, the Al Green situation, throwing grits on the nigga in the damn bathtub. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff got a lot. It's connected to what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
No, what's Brenda talking about now? Where are the cheaters
Where'd you
tonight?
say where the cheaters at tonight?
Where my cheaters at? Where my
Everybody quiet tonight, huh? That's
oh,
why
look,
only 3 of us on live tonight.
Bell, put your name out there.
I'm online, boo. I'm online. I don't cheat. It's called networking. You got to understand the difference.
Oh, that's the new term for it now. Networking. Is that what Diddy was doing?
No, Diddy was. I don't know what he was doing.
That was
manipulation. That was control.
Diddy didn't have no network. He had the Underground Railroad.
Right, that was control.
Real tunnels all under the crib. Well, y'all, it's about time for us to give our closing thoughts. You know, I really do think that we cheat. Well, the main thing with guys, we never really got into what the rest of the stuff that the guy was saying about men.
Right.
But
maybe you could listen to it later and just give us the 5 pointers.
See, because men, they like to make things so long and complicated. She got straight to the point. We had to go back and keep listening to her because she just went through it.
Yeah, he was stretching it out. You know, it was just too long. But I mean, he might have made some good points and this, that, and another. But again, it was just a little too long for the podcast. Who's this? Oh, Carol. She said we crazy. We know, Carol. We know, but you know what? You got to be crazy too because you listening to us. She tuned in every week.
Who we missed today was Teddy. Teddy had a lot to say about cheating.
Right. Ready to walk
I don't know. Well, we ain't gonna talk about Teddy. You know. Hey, did y'all notice that Teddy was always on mute when he was talking to somebody?
Until he said his piece about a woman cheating.
Exactly. Well, my closing thought. Okay, Brenda. Okay. Mm-hmm. My closing thought is that we really need to look at the reasons why, or really break down these reasons why we cheat. And I really do believe the one thing. What did she say? Not being able to forgive.
Yeah.
I want to add distrust. You know, because when you get into a relationship and you bring in baggage from other relationships and things that trauma from other relationships into your present relationship, it's a formula for destruction.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no way if your man cheated on you and he did it in such a slick way and you barely caught him, when you get your new man, you're not going to be already guns cocked, waiting, looking for reasons, to say, I got you, I caught you, you know, and that in itself is a reason, another reason why a person could say, well, you don't trust me, then side piece. Like they said in that song, not 1, 3. I need somebody that's gonna cook for me. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't really get into the whys in these reasonings behind all this cheating and everything, then all we're gonna keep having over the centuries is all these conversations about cheating, and we're never gonna really understand why. You know, I would like. Well, we ain't gonna talk about this no more. I think this is enough on cheating. But I wish we could have had just a conversation where we had some more men on here and you guys could have asked us as men, why do men cheat, and then vice versa.
Right.
You know, then we could have got into a real conversation. Friend of boy. I love that girl. She is something else. I think we could have had a little bit more understanding about, you know, what's going on. Boo Matt says integrity issues is the core of the problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, integrity kind of connects with emotional dissatisfaction. You know, if you're not satisfied with what you got, it's just like going into a restaurant. If you're not satisfied with the meal that you eating, you ain't going back to that. You don't go back to that restaurant, you know. But if you own a restaurant, that's a big difference, right?
Right.
So we just gotta. Well, that's my closing thought. What you guys got?
Oh, I'll give you my closing thought. But before I do, I just wanted to touch on something that I think it was Quee. I think she said it. That we see our daddies do it, so we think it's acceptable. That might be kind of like touching on the childhood traumas, because a lot of times things that we've seen with our parents or whatever, we kind of think it's either really bad or really good, or it's like acceptable, like she said. So cheating may have something to do with what we're conditioned to and what we saw as children. But I don't think that love is really a factor with cheating, honestly, because you can't really, I don't think, love someone 100% and go ahead and cheat. And if you do maybe once, then I could see you saying, I didn't mean to do that, blah, blah, blah. But most people that cheat, they aren't cheating once. They're into their own little relationships. So for me, I think communication is everything. If you're in a relationship and you feel the need to go outside the relationship and I find out, then don't try to play me like I'm goofy, trying to make me feel like why you did it was valid, because at the end of the day, the way you ran up into the inner spaces, Kim said, you know, somebody else's inner space, you could have came to me and talked to me. Sometimes it's not excusable, because a lot of things could be taken care of with a simple conversation. Or even if you're having a conversation with someone and they aren't listening, then it's up to you. Okay, I've told you several times, this isn't working for me. You keep doing it. So now I just gonna keep sitting there and letting you beat me upside the head with this information, or am I gonna do something about it?
Yeah, I like the conversation piece, in which we seem to have a problem with that in our society. Talking to one, honestly, I should say, honestly talking to one another about how we feel about a situation and what we're feeling in that relationship. Kim, what's your closing thoughts?
Pretty much, basically, getting to understand why and just know, because someone cheats, that doesn't mean that they don't love you. I don't think love has to do with anything with when they cheat. It's just that something is missing. and you need to find out what's missing, and you cannot resolve that issue, then there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had.
Okay. Thank you, Kim, Vanessa, for being on. I'd like to thank all of our people that made comments. We got Brenda, Boomac, Carol, Quee. I seen Bam, Isha. Who else did I see in here?
I think Ray was on here too earlier. I
seen him make one comment. Yeah, I seen Reynard. Yep. We got King Cummins. Thank you for being on. The bearded one. Cut. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I saw Cut on here. Yep. Thank you guys for being on. Bam. I think that's it. I think I got everybody that was on here. So
if
thank
Ray
you guys.
was on, Tracy probably was on. So hey, Tracy.
Oh, Elaine was on. Yes. I didn't see Elaine up there. She was on. Ray was on. Yeah, so Tracy probably was on too. She just didn't say nothing. You know. But until next week, we'll be here again next Thursday night, 8:00. Until then, we'll see you. Well, maybe I should say this. Until then, continue to keep thinking for a change. Peace. We out of here.
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look forward to see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers we have, the more YouTube will push our podcast to more viewers. But until then, subscribe also for a peaceful mind. Your activity will reflect that peace.